Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be building an A-frame glass house. I kind of forgot what we were building then. I was like, wait, what are we building? We're building an A-frame glass house. And also I got to give a shout out to the person who recommended this. Lily Frost, thank you so much for the idea for doing a glass A-frame house. What a great idea. Now, because this kind of build is a little tricky in terms of, well, potentially tricky in terms of player testing, making sure that the Sims can interact with all of the objects. I've got my test sim here. This is Maggie Barista, because we love coffee. So yeah, I'm gonna build the house with her right here. She's got plenty of money, so we don't have to worry about that. And I think we'll just start off with a basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe a 6. 7, 8. I mean, we could try maybe by 8 to begin with, but ooh, that's looking big. That's looking very big. Because the wider it is, the bigger the actual A-frame element is going to be. So maybe I'll bring it into 6 tile width. We'll probably be moving this all around the shop. I want to bring it off the ground a little bit. And this is pretty long at this point. We want this to be a tidy little home, just like a cool little house you can live in. And I guess A-frame houses probably are often perceived as a bit of like a wood cabin type of house. So we could maybe look into using some wood elements and stone elements as a nod to that. Maybe we can also do a little bit of mid-century colors in terms of the woods, just because I just looked at this orange color and I kind of really want to use it. Yeah, I mean, that looks kind of nice. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, something like that. And then to actually create the A-frame, we would also need to have some roofing sides here. So let me show you how we're gonna do this. Usually you would probably rather just go bam, bam, bam like this, tuck in your edges. You can drag these arrows and hold down the shift key to bring it right in and have 0 overhang. You would do that, then select the half gabled roof and then place the half gabled roof on either side. You'd lift it up like this, again, hold down shift, bring in the edges if you want to bring in the edges, and just try and basically line it up as best you can. And if you're ever struggling with that, you can always hold down Alt and it will just give you finer, smaller increments to line it up really beautifully. So that is one way that you can create an A-frame house, and then you just play around with it to get it as straight as possible. It's looking pretty big, isn't it? So because ours is going to be potentially not just the basic A-frame, like I'm thinking maybe we have like a modern box that sticks out from the side. I think that would look really cool. Maybe we mess around with the roof a little bit more to make it more interesting so we can place different roof textures on it. I think what I might do is build this up again in smaller increments. I also want to make sure we have a side to play around with over here. We need to make sure our wings are lifted up because that could be a little bit tricky in build mode. Those there, and actually we should probably make sure we also have some kind of back deck as well. All right, I don't really know how pitched this roof should be until we add the side panels. So let's add a few of these. And yeah, like I said, I think it would be nice to have a room cutout as well. Or maybe even do greenery inside of the cutouts too. That could be really cool. And if you're like, what is she talking about? If you're wondering what I'm going on about, don't worry, you will see it soon. It'll come to life soon. You can see there's the tiniest little seam line here where this isn't quite the same angle. That's actually a pretty good A-frame. I mean, it's slightly out, but we can just get it as close to perfect as possible. Then we'll be laughing. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. I'm gonna copy and paste a couple of these on either side like that. Okay, and now we can begin having fun with our glass roofs and maybe combining it with, did I say glass or grass? We've been changing between glass roofs and also grass roofs from Enchanted by Nature, so I'm getting them a little bit confused, I think. You know, this is like my favorite roof type from Eco Lifestyle. I don't know why, but I just love this one. Doesn't look quite right there. I mean, we could even just go plain black. Ooh, that actually does not look right at all in terms of lining it up now that we've changed the roof type. This could be a good little hack for lining up roofs, actually change the color to this jet black concrete in order to figure out how to line it up best, because it was hard to tell with the other roof type. Okay, well, let's delete all of this again because that was not lined up properly. Like I said earlier, I felt like this would be a little bit of a tricky house, very fiddly house to build. And why is that not matching these? Interesting. Okay, and ideally we would do something like that. I think it'll get very interesting once we start placing some of these glass walls. I mean, wow, that's cool. Amazing. And also if we add some roof trim details like this, don't you think this is looking cool? Just a glass triangle. It does look a little weird at this stage, but I think it'll end up looking gorgeous. Oh dear, we need to make this a smaller deck out the back or else this just looks like a ginormous square structure, doesn't it? And then you also get this really interesting combination of interior walls here as well. And what we could do is create some gardens here. I'm not that confident with how much the Sims will be able to interact with these spaces. Like I said, we can get the Sim to player test it, but these little areas can be a bit tricky. We'll see how we go though. I was thinking maybe these could be kind of garden looking areas. We also have some overlapping here of glass, it looks like, from some of the angles. So I think that might actually be more so the glass walls tripping out a little bit than something that we've actually done. I think we'll be able to tidy it up though. And I'd love to get like a beautiful rich orangey wood, that kind of style, or potentially this kind of a style, or this. I mean, we've got options. I do like this one because it's from Outdoor Retreat, and I feel like the A-frame goes very nicely with the theme of Outdoor Retreat. Oh, and this is fascinating too because we can have this full wood element right here and like a pocket ceiling, and then the rest of this could be wide open. And also do some interesting things here with some walls that aren't glass, other portions that are glass. Over this side, because look, let's think about our floor plan too, how we are going to make this work. Actually, let's also see how much of this area a Sim can use, if any of it. So if we put some kind of archway here, we'll do a test. If we put a bed in here, I highly doubt the Sim will be able to use the bed, but let's see. Let's see if we popped it in the middle like that. Could she hop into it? Oh, shut the front door, she can? Stop it. Wow. I really did not expect that. The only problem with this is, do we really want our Sims sleeping in this area? Because that would be the brightest room ever if this was real life. But then also, it looks cool. Because there's no curtains we can put diagonally, that's for sure. What if we put something else in here? What happens if that doesn't serve as a bedroom necessarily? What would look really cool in here is maybe a home office. I don't think a kitchen would be ideal in this area. I doubt that she'll be able to access all of the kitchen counters, but I also think it'll just look bad because yeah, you'll have this gap behind there, which just, I don't like that idea. So the kitchen will have to go somewhere else. Another option is some kind of lounge room in here. Where would the TV go though? You could put like a couch here and a TV over here potentially. Oh my God, you can actually mount it on that little wall in there. That's crazy. Can you sit on here? Stop it. I doubt she can go to the other seat though. Oh, she can? Okay, so we could have a little lounge room in there, literally one couch and a TV. Not a bad idea. What else could we put in here? Maybe a home office or a snug. Although it's such a small house, you probably only need one lounge area. Let's try putting a table in here and player test that. So I think an office would be cool with a desk maybe sitting this way. Because if we put a desk this way, we do have a lot of room at the back, which I just don't think that looks great. I'd rather it be lined up with this glass wall behind it. If we put that there and I don't know, maybe some kind of bookshelf behind us, something, that looks a little strange. Might be difficult to find what to put in the background. I mean, we could maybe do something like that with some clutter around it. That could look okay. Would you be able to use your computer? Oh my God, she can use her computer. She's sabotaging it though. Don't ask me why I wanted to sabotage it. That could be cool. Now, my last idea that I want to test in this area is if it could be a dining area and still work. Either with a round table or a rectangular table, either or I would be pretty happy with. So let's just get some basic chairs and see what we can do here. Because I'm tipping this rectangular table is not, you're not going to be able to sit on every seat. No, you can't. Even if we moved it back a little bit, is that, no, she doesn't want to sit there. She's like, no, I don't want to go. Oh, wow. It's really dark now. Okay, what happens if we put a round table in here? Would you sit on any of these? Would you sit there? She can't get to these seats. Interesting. Sometimes player testing just really surprises me what you can and can't do. Like sometimes you think something will work perfectly and then other times it just doesn't. So it does work with a 3-seater table, and that's a really, really beautiful use of the space. I mean, this being a dining room is kind of crazy. So my vote would be to make this a dining room or home office, depending on how much layout we have to work with. Otherwise, the other idea was potentially turning it into some kind of snug, which my go-to would be like chairs kind of like, oh dear. It would be chairs go like this, but they don't quite fit. Could kind of, maybe. It doesn't fit beautifully though. We would probably have to do some kind of weird thing like that. And then realistically, where would Sims be able to sit? I couldn't tell you. But we could make it work like this. Also, I'm sorry it's constantly dark with all the player testing we're doing, but can you move around a bit, girl? She says she doesn't want to move around. She's practicing her singing. Now, let's see if you get up and, no, she doesn't want to sit in the corner seat. Will she sit in, if I say sit here, will you sit there? No, she doesn't like it. I'd say the best bet we have in there is just a 2-seater lounge. Well, that was a good little bit of player testing. I think if we do a bedroom, it would have to sit behind this. So we could do something like that for a bedroom. You know, tuck it in this area. Could do that. We could run a kitchen along this wall, perhaps. I'm just going for it here. I don't really know what's gonna look good and what won't look good, but we could do a very simple kitchen. Like we'd be able to have a fridge here. We'd be able to fit in a sink. Really everything we need in the kitchen we could fit here because we could just have a basic oven like that. I don't know, maybe we would somehow, ooh, that doesn't look good, does it? Because we'd need to have some kind of wall here. Or we would make this one of my favorites, a galley kitchen. I love a galley kitchen. Like that. And maybe we could shift this slightly over. That's a very nice kitchen area. And you know, we don't have to have a door to the bedroom. We could keep it very creative, I guess. For a bathroom, we would probably at least need a bathroom this size, really for it to be comfortable. I mean, I know you can make a 2x2 bathroom work, but it doesn't look very comfy, like you're showering where you go to the toilet. Do something like that and then dine in this area and then, ooh, where would our lounge room nook be? I mean, we could have our lounge room in this little sunny bit and then have our dining area here. I mean, there's really so many ways of going about it. But the other thing to think about is, does it make sense for how big our space is? Like, does it now look like we have a really big kitchen, a big chunk of space that's not being used, and then a bit of random space over here? Or do we experiment with opening up our A-frame like I originally had thought, whereby instead of having glass here, we could actually have a little cube room that sticks out like this. So the bedroom would go in here, like do something like this, which also could look kind of cool. Maybe even have a corner window. I mean, I don't mind that. And that would allow us to perhaps push a bathroom back to here. Then that would also allow us to punch out a nice little closing wall here for the kitchen to define that space slightly more, or even just make it one long kitchen going this way. Just trying out ideas here, so don't take what I'm placing too literally as what we will use, because I don't think we'll have a glass wall or glass door on the bathroom for privacy issues. Maybe our little lounge room actually just goes here. We'd have, I don't know, TV there, perhaps a little armchair on the side. This is your walkway to the bedroom, to the bathroom. Maybe your little desk area is here for whatever your sim likes to do. You can even pop the, oh, That's the wrong kind of chair that I want to be placing because I can't copy and paste it. You even have your dining area here. But then we've got this issue of there being quite a lot of unused space here, which I don't love. So part of me is thinking that the galley kitchen is a nicer idea. Just don't know what to do for this section because this does seem odd. I mean, we could reduce the glass roof and actually have a regular roof over the kitchen like that. But then I think you'd want to line up this side. So we would kind of shift this all over a bit. I told you guys it would be fiddly work figuring out how this will work, but this is one of my favorite kinds of builds to do. Build where you do have to figure out how it would work, that it's not so easy necessarily. So then we could push that to the side. That's already opened up a bit here. And so we're not compromising on how much space we have in this nook area. Just move that across. But then we've got this issue again where we have this big open space. I'm really struggling with figuring out the layout. Maybe the lounge room goes this way, so there's more room. Whoa, that's a big hunk of glass right here. Sometimes I like to use rugs to figure out how much room I have in a room. It's one of the easiest ways I can figure out scale. Yeah, so I know we can fit a coffee table in there. Oh, I've also just noticed an interesting problem that if we pull this towards a solid painted wall, it will actually make it glass. So what if we just extend it this way? It will still be glass. Depends if we extend that way. Then it'll get this weird partition. We might have to do something a little bit creative in here then. Some greenery up there, I don't know. Ooh, I just thought, imagine if we had a ladder going up there to a few attic things, but I'm doubtful that the Sims would be able to use it to do anything up here. I mean, let's just for fun see if, I mean, this isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work, but I just want to try it anyway. The one thing that I would put up there would be the decoration box. The decoration box that I can never ever find. There it is. Put that up there. It's like the tiniest little attic. You can't even click on it. Oh, there we go. Can you get anything? No, why would you be able to get anything up here? What are you doing, Deli? I mean, look, can you blame a girl for trying? Oh my gosh, you guys, I've done it. I've done it! It's a little attic area. Now, you probably can't use any of the space over here. We can fill that up with boxes and stuff, but she can actually climb up to this decorative box, and I think she'll hopefully be able to slide down again. Okay, I don't know if you're now in the way. So if I just select this directly, oh my God, it actually works. I don't even know what this will look like in terms of the rest of the building, but I'm so excited that we can actually get up there. So we've somehow managed to make a attic area. Okay, what does this actually look like? Oh, that actually doesn't look too crazy. That doesn't look too crazy. Wow. All right, we have that little attic space. Oh my gosh, do you reckon we could have put a desk up there? I don't think we want to put a desk up there though. I'm really excited to show James this. I think he'll find this really cool. So now this looks weird because it doesn't line up with this bit of roof. It looks somewhat lopsided. So now it makes me want to push this all the way back here, which would push this area all the way to the end, but at least this would line up. Also, this wall desperately needs to be painted. It's really frustrating me. I'm also wondering if we want to create some kind of entrance area here, or even an overhanging garden maybe. I'm not sure. This might just be a very strange idea. Okay, I think I might be getting a little bit too tricky with trying to make something happen here. It was worth a try. We should really save. I really am loving so many of the items from businesses and hobbies. I just go back to using lots of them, like the fences, the furniture, really a lot of it. It's quickly become one of my most favorite packs to build with. I do like the fact that there's shelter coming over this, but I'm aware that it might look a little bit funny. Perhaps we could just use one of the existing awning objects, like a glass one like this. Keep it really simple. Even size down this. That looks weird. Ooh, the eco lifestyle glass, because it's a glass house. Yes, now that is teaming with the theme. Actually, I think that looks kind of good. I wish we could match the glass color to this though. because even if we do the blue glass everywhere, it still won't be blue enough to match what we have from the eco lifestyle pack. That would have been cool though. Okay, so we kind of have something going on here. I mean, it's more than something going on. I think it's coming together nicely bit by bit. Gonna tidy up a few things like this green area we wanted to create, this green area over here. There is a green area back here, but there's no windows looking into it, so we would obviously put windows here. The bathroom is not very private at this point, but I guess the Sims, that's the beauty of the Sims. They don't care so much. And these are definitely the doors that I keep going back to whenever I'm building with glass walls at the moment. I think they're really the only doors that match them. And I've noticed a lot of people pointing out that it would have been great to have doors that shipped with the glass walls. Okay, I think from the outside that looks cool. For this portion here, we could do more glass wall, you know? But it does look like, because this roof portion is wood, it does look like we need to have at least something like that here. I mean, the other thing is we don't have to have a glass area in this section either. We could have that just all black. Sometimes I can't even tell if there is a wall here or if it's just all glass either. Oh dear. We have a lighting issue, don't we? I think it's because of that beautiful little attic area we created. Is that what it is? Oh, hold on. We can fix it if we just pull that across. Wait, where was this positioned? It was positioned in the middle. Let me put that back there. It's because of this. Yeah. Oh, bummer. I really loved this, but because we have a hole where the ladder is, it's letting in outdoor light, which is making all of our lighting look weird. What if we did... Oh, that's gonna go through the roof. Oh, I think we have to delete this. It was a really fun idea, but alas, it didn't quite work for us. Guys, I'm still playing around with the front section of this house. I just can't stop. For some reason, I just really want this bit to stick out. I think it's because I feel like the A is too simple and like maybe we can do more. Okay, now that we're at a stage now where we can just neaten everything up, let's make sure we have flooring going all the way across here. I also wouldn't mind some trim detailing. We could do a nice corner window just here. And then like a corner garden. We could either do a pretty manicured looking garden here. Oh, wow, it won't even let me, because of the roof. I was gonna say, it won't even let me place any of these garden tiles. I think our best way of getting around that will be to place all of our things first and then put the roof on top. You know, I've been working on this for about an hour and we're not even up to the furnishing yet. This is just us trying to make this look fabulous. Oh, did I just put that inside? Oh, you can't see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just squiggle it out a little further. That there. Oh no, now it's sticking out the side here. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. How about now? That's better. Man, I wish we could paint the undersides of these. That would be amazing. At least we can paint our ceilings over here though. And then we've got to figure out what internal walls we want to have. I like the idea of maybe having some cascading greenery up here, a wall up here, maybe not that though. I love this plant, but I just don't see how we're gonna get this to work. Could lift it up like that and place bushes around it. So I'm just pressing control and, holding down control and pressing the 9 key to create this little overhang area. I'm gonna use the bracket to size a piece down, pop that up there, and then we've got to cover up the back of this with some other plants within the roof line. Now, the only thing with this is it may upset some people that they can see those ferns all the time, but my advice would be just to remove them if that's not something you like the look of, and it'll still look nice with just other plants up here too. Whoa, putting plants on glass roofs, what? Yeah, we're gonna have to move the, oh my gosh, we forgot to save. Save, fingers crossed it doesn't crash. I guess I'm trying to go for some ferny, grassy type of plants, inspired by Outdoor Retreat, although these are obviously very much jungle adventure, to go with the theme of the A-frame house. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. It does look cool. Part of me is thinking that this little piece should be closed though. Oh, but that won't work. That has to be glass, I think, unless it's only one tile wide. Like we make it 1 tile wide and then have a 1 tile overhang, which actually works quite nicely. We're also going to need some garden lighting as well for at nighttime. Let's go ahead and pop in some garden lights into these areas. Oh, I just realized we can also decorate our gardens just with walls down. I forgot about that. We don't actually have to remove the entire roofing system. Oh wait, yes we do. It's still going to jump onto it, even though we can't see it. That out of the way. And I definitely recommend reusing some of the plants that we already have in other areas, just so it looks cohesive. Let's size this down a bit and try and cover it up. So we still get a nice, lovely light coming from it. We don't have to see where the light is, because it just might look like there's too many lights. What does that look like from the inside? Ooh, that looks quite pretty. Ah, that's nice. Although, again, it's a shame about this roof piece. It does look pretty, especially at nighttime. This is our other big chunk of garden area. Put the higher plants kind of midway, so at least we know the roof isn't going to intersect them if you place them too far back. That's what will happen. So flatter plants at the very back and the very front. Might be able to get a cheeky tall plant just in here. Okay, let's see how we go with this. Ooh, we also need another wall light to make sure it's beautifully lit. Actually, what kind of wall lights do we want to have on the outside of this place? I think just simple is really the best because it is so, I mean, it's kind of detailed. These lights look too small when they're sized down. Probably. Let's size them up. Man, I wish our little attic had worked. That would have been so cute. Ooh, that looks pretty in there. I'm not fully convinced about this overhang area. Just not entirely sure about that yet. I'm also thinking of maybe just blending that side of the house into the roof line and maybe having some differentiation between some of this. I think this should just be a nice little telescope slash nook for a barbecue over on this side. I think another thing I'm noticing is that this looks really out of place in Willow Creek, so we should probably move where the house is. And then another thing I was just thinking about now is maybe we should have something running across the room under this glass roof, like some beams. What did we get actual beams in? I think it was in the horse pack. The only problem with them is that they will show, I think, in live mode when you're on the lower ground, which could be annoying for gameplay, but in terms of actually making it look cool, it could be nice. Where is it? I swear we had them. Am I getting confused with which pack they're in? Oh, it was in cottage living, my bad. So yeah, we could have these running across. Oh, why are you sitting so low down there? Oh, okay, so it sits, that looks like it sits too low. Or we could just use our old trusty fence from base game, the smooth keeper. Let's see how this looks. Okay, place that over there. I don't like how we've got those knobs sticking out though. No, I don't like those. We could have these very thin beams, but do they just look kind of, they have this annoying white effect beneath them. This would be a very tedious process, but we can actually lift them up individually. Let's have a look at what this would look like if we did go ahead with this. The glass in place. Oh, it's going to stick out of the end. Doesn't look quite right. The beams placed slightly lower down would look really cool from the outside. But like I said, when you're in live mode, they're there all the time. And that would drive me nuts. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. It was a nice idea. I was also thinking we could pop some lights across like this for at nighttime, just because it has a really cool effect. Okay, so this is what it's looking like from the outside. Pretty cool. There's a little corner cut off here, which I feel like some of you guys will think, that's weird. But I kind of like that it's a little irregular and different. It's a little surprise over on that side. Like I said out here, I just put like a nice little barbecue, nothing crazy. Or we could even put it just here, a slight angle, and then have the undercover seating area. Yeah. I like how we're furnishing the outside part that we would usually do last. We're furnishing it first. And funnily enough, I'm really struggling to find a table that I like out here because we haven't really fully established what our style is yet. Ooh, the reclaimed wood dining chair. This is from our recent events. Yes. Let's do a few of these out the back. It's strange because it's a very modern house, but then there's still this want to make it a little bit rustic. Although those chairs do not go with that table at all. I think we're gonna have to keep it pretty modern for it to really work for us. It's a really modern A-frame cabin. It's a modern take on an A-frame cabin. A-frame cabin. We'll get a nice camper lamp out here. Cool. And maybe we don't have anything here. Maybe this can just go out into nature. Maybe this box doesn't have to be black. I've changed my mind now that I'm looking at it more. So I think we should probably place this in an area where it makes a little bit more sense. But for now, I'll just go like that. Okay, and now we go back to the interior. We took a very long detour from this. So the lounge room became very, very big. Oh gosh, I just remembered all of our ceiling paint we have to do too. That's going to be really annoying with all of our different roof pieces, potentially. Perhaps we have a similar wood to the outside of the house on the inside, but it differentiates between outdoors and indoors by being, slightly different. The difficulty that we will have though is that if we want to do a different interior wood wall, then it's going to clash with some of these roof walls that we can see. So then I want to go ahead and just go with what we already had as the feature wall inside. So maybe we'll just do that. You could fit a little bedroom in here, to be quite honest. I don't even know why I made this little room, but it's going to be another skill building room. Or maybe a baby room, although it is really not very private at all. So I'm not sure if I recommend using it as a baby room. So let's just go for it. Let's have a lot of matching woods. And if we're gonna do that, perhaps the ceiling should look a little bit like the walls as well. Oh, actually, that might be too much. Let's go with a bit of brutalism combined with log cabin. So we'll do these gray walls with kind of a matching roof color, or ceiling color, I should say. I do love this concrete that came with Businesses and Hobbies. I tell you, Businesses and Hobbies is just so good. Okay, let's see how we go with the ceiling painting. I'm a little bit nervous with how charitable it will be to us today. Actually, it's worked out okay. The only one that's tricky is the bedroom. And why is that? Is that because there's no ceiling above the bedroom yet? And there's just a roof there. That would be why. That would be why. So that's easy. We can paint that. Here we go. Okay, so our roofs should all be looking decent from underneath. Yeah, they're looking very nice. And the house has expanded. It really has expanded a fair bit. The dining room has returned back in here, and this is just going to be a really lovely big lounge room, I guess. The kitchen, we really need to sort out what this is looking like for us. I really love these counter colors from the Sulani pack, but the wicker is not really the vibe we want. Otherwise, I totally would use that. We used black in our last build, so I don't want to do that again because I feel like I'm just repeating what we've already done. The brown does have a matching wood swatch. Kind of close to black though, but that's one option for our counters. We have these industrial ones, which they're not a great match for the wood. Oh, this is again doing a black kitchen, but hey, maybe we can do a black kitchen. Just because look how beautifully it pairs with our brutalist wall paper behind it. It just matches so perfectly. So we could go with this. I know that this window looks into a little bit, but I kind of don't mind it. Oh, maybe we should. Maybe we should even it out by placing this here. What do you guys think? What looks better? Let's even it out. And then I've deliberately made this side shorter so we get to look out to this garden area. So that's like kind of a funny little spot here. Or we could make this just a narrow window that the dining room looks into, but the kitchen doesn't really look into it so much, which I think is also okay. Someone commented that they managed to use this little corner piece as an end piece. Like that maybe. If they don't want the angled end piece, because usually the end piece looks like that and it has an angle, which I don't always love. Sometimes I just want to square it off. And this was a great idea. So to whoever commented that, thank you. That there, gray looks fine. We'll have a range hood here. I guess because we're doing this funny merge of industrial, brutalist, and cabin, we could do something like this. Wait, no, we can't do that because it's in the way of our roof line, obviously. My bad. So it has to be wall mounted. What does that look like? It means the exhaust would go into this garden area. I mean, the extractor fan, which could then go out to nature. You know what? That could actually work if this was real life. You have an external motor, which would be great. Oh, the other thing is we could do a regular window here. We haven't been using any regular windows because we've been busy using the new glass walls as our windows. But that could actually look kind of cool, potentially. Do a little cheeky window here that looks out to the garden as well. I kind of like it. It's a bit strange, but cool. Except what is not working for me is this wall light to be either higher or just not even there. It look like at nighttime. It's lit up a little bit. What happened to the rest of our garden in here? I think every time I move stuff around, it's deleting some of our flowers, I guess whenever I move the roofing. So let's just pop a few things back there. I feel like this is one of those things, whoa, that we're going to have to go back and forth with a lot. Oh, we've spent an hour and 42 minutes on this. I don't know why I keep telling you the countdown, but I guess when it's all edited, you might not realize how long it's taking for a relatively small build, but it's so worth it. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Cool, so you see into the little garden area. Maybe that should be a bit further down. Oh God, what's happening here? Why am I struggling so much? Because the walls. I've actually pushed this into the corner because to me it just looks nicer that way because this bench doesn't take up an even 3 tiles. I want to leave the other side simple, but this side I'm happy to have a few cupboards over on this side. I think these cupboards will merge nicely. Oh, maybe not. Take that back. Okay, we'll put these here and try and get a fridge that's gonna fit nicely underneath them. The Home Chef Hustle fridge is great because it's a little smaller than usual. And then we've got to do our kitchen checklist because I always forget something in the kitchen. Also, the only problem with all of these windows is it's really hard to see. And I want to lighten up this cabinet area a bit. Add some lights under there. So, kitchen checklist, we need a smoke alarm, which reminds me we may want to have a burglar alarm as well. Ooh, where's that gonna go? Somewhere where it looks pretty. Pop it there, because that'll protect this entire room. And there's no other entrances other than into this room, so that should cover the whole house. And then we need a bin. The bin can just sit here with our corner section. So yeah, I think we have everything we need. I just enjoy having either a coffee machine or a cup of tea. So I'm gonna pop a little cuppa maker over here. So they have that because they can prep on this bench as well. Really, really simple yet again. Also for this bedroom, we need to be able to fit a wardrobe in here because that's something we do need. I think these ones are gonna be a little too big. So maybe we should go the slim wardrobe either from the base game, this one, or we could go with the one that we got with Businesses and Hobbies. Again, new favorite pack. Yes, love that. And then that means we also have room for a mirror here, which will help open up our little room a touch. We could do that. That looks a little futuristic to me. Maybe something like this. Yeah, leaning. Beautiful. This is probably the only room I'd like to try and have curtains in. And we may need to lift them up. Let's see if that's visible. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know what kind of curtains we can have with these glass walls. It's a little tricky actually, but I guess to give the illusion of like a corner type of curtain system, we could layer them like this. Then we could do our, there they are. I always go to the wall decorations category to find these, but someone told me it's at the very end of the list of the curtain category. So we can grab those. Just lifting it up one spot by holding down Control and pressing the 9 key. That does kind of intersect with our lovely mirror though. And then that looks weird, doesn't it? Okay, I might have brought it out a touch too far. Holding down Alt to place these nicely. Now, let's see what that actually looks like from inside. That looks pretty good. I mean, I know it overlaps in the corner a bit, but overall pretty good considering that these curtains were not made for glass walls. From the exterior, however, what does that look like? It's not the best because you can see all like the curtain stuff here. I mean, I could make this overhang a bit to cover it up, but it doesn't really cover it up, does it? Another option is we could try putting trim around it. I mean, it does kind of bother me. How do we make it accept a trim? Can I trick it into thinking? Oh, yes, I can. Can I trick it into thinking it wants a trim? That does make it look slightly better. And I could actually move this across, or we could move this just inwards, even though I was trying to maximize how much glass we're showing. It'd go like that. Oh, hard to line it up perfectly. I mean, it still looks bad in the corner. I think it looked better being overlapped. Whatever, I gave it my best shot. Oh man, our beautiful stuff up here is gone. Really annoying that everything gets deleted. Maybe we should fine tune all of this towards the end. So we've kind of rearranged our floor plan to include our office in this area. I just think this would be a really nice spot to work in. And also I like that dining room's in here. Didn't we have chairs here? Did I delete them or did they disappear as well? I think I must have deleted them. I'm starting to go crazy, everybody. Maybe I need to take a break. I guess a fireplace would make sense in a log cabin. Don't log cabins usually have fireplaces? I don't know. Log cabins? I haven't really stayed in many. Ooh, but that does mean we can add a little sneaky chimney. No idea what a log cabin chimney looks like. They're probably usually built on the side. So I'm gonna do a bit of a modern take on it. And maybe go for, or even just this. This blends into the roof line better. Oh no, that doesn't work, does it? Or what about this? That's a bit fuddy-duddy. Didn't we have one that came with a recent pack that's really good? Oh, which one was it? Oh, was it this one from Businesses and Hobbies? Yeah, that actually looks pretty neat. I really want to use this couch, but the problem is it's the same color as the floor. And maybe we could do this green. Ooh, that green's kind of nice. Also, my other question is, do we want to put this just on a little angle? Make it look a little more cozy that way. Because I think that's allowed. Actually, that looks strange. I don't like it. I preferred it straight. We might have to figure out something with the TV here so it looks less weird. But this is my idea. But looking at how the space is being used now, I think it does look relatively balanced because you have this more spacious kitchen area, more spacious living, and decent office, decent bedroom, decent bathroom. And the dining room might be slightly funny looking just because we've had to use a small table in this space. I think it'll still be enjoyable to use. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and come back with fresh eyes. Okay, I'm back. And I've actually moved our little house. I mean, it's not that little really. It's actually quite sizey. She's broad. She's got broad shoulders. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, we've moved to Brindleton Bay and we've got some lovely pine trees in the world, so I thought it kind of blended in well. I was going to put it in the outdoor retreat world, but then it would have to be a vacation home, and that's just harder to search on the gallery, I guess, so I thought I'd just bring it here. And I think it looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more at home. Now, obviously, we're going to have to replace a lot of the gardening stuff that keeps getting deleted for whatever reason. Actually, I'm noticing a lot of stuff gets deleted whenever I move this around. We'll pop 3 simple chairs over here for our dining area. I'm a little unsure about what style we're going for in terms of actually decorating this house. I guess it's kind of a mix of mid-century Scandi log cabin. I guess it's just a bit of a blend, and I think that's all right. Where's my favorite little plant? Oh, actually, we could put one of the new plants. Oh, where are their little thingamabobs there? Ah, here they are. We could put one of the new plants out. Maybe not on the table though, because that could potentially get a little bit annoying when Sims actually want to eat there. I'm just going to place this kind of towards the back of the table, just so there's plenty of room there to eat. And then I think we'll just pop a rug in here and keep it pretty simple. Oh, this is a nice fancy rug. I actually quite like that rug harmonizes with the flooring. Maybe we'll rotate it though so it's busier towards the back, because there's no chair there, so it leaves a spot for a little bit of extra action, I suppose. Maybe we'll go like a golden table in there too. Our kitchen is pretty much done. I mean, we could add some shelves to fill this section up a little bit. I guess I didn't want to put cabinets here because I thought it would look a little messy. Ooh, these shelves are actually a great match for the walls. I believe they're just base game. Is that base game shelf? Surely. Yeah, it is. Can we put our plants on the shelf? No, the shelf is a little thin. They like to have a little bit of extra room. Might do a bronze range hood. Yeah. No, actually, changed my mind. We're sticking with silver. I'll try and not clutter it up too much so you can personalize it if you wanted to. There we go. We got a few plates up there, a couple of jars, a bottle of wine, and some utensils. This house is very much about being, indoor, outdoor, because it has so many glass walls. Oh, actually, I really want to put this on the shelf. I love this. Oh, it doesn't fit. Oh, come on. You want to go on that shelf, don't you? Come on. Okay, fine. we'll put some herbs up here. What I was about to say was that this house is very, you know, indoor, outdoor, it's glass. That means you feel closer to nature because you see so much nature around you. So I do like the idea of having a healthy amount of indoor plants as well, despite the fact that you can see straight out the window, because it almost feels like the outdoors is coming into the house through the window. And yeah, I really like that idea. We've got a nice little section here for a small side table. This is where you just maybe put your stuff, your keys, your clutter. So let's get that clutter kit happening. Oh, Book Nook. Actually, Book Nook does have this, which I love. The white's kind of refreshing. Let's go with that. And then I think a wall-mounted TV will probably look best here just because I felt like the TV unit we previously had looked a little funny next to the fireplace. I might just get this big one that usually you would unlock in the tech guru career because it's just very nice and streamlined, and I like that it's silver. I think we just need to lower it. Oh, that is as low as it wants to go. All right. And I've used this stone wall because, again, I feel like it looks more like a forest cabin if it has that cool stone texture to it. And then we could do a pop of color for a table. I mean, the green's kind of cool. Or we could go a little rustic with this resin table. I suppose I don't use this very often. Yeah, let's go with that. We can put our new houseplant here. Quite fun. I do like the houseplants. I almost wish we had more though. There is a good amount. I don't know. I wish we could maybe do more with them. But I really love the fact that we have them, of course. Or hopefully they'll just add more as time goes on, you know, in different packs. Hopefully it won't be just these that require tending. Because there's something really nice about having, you know, houseplants to care for in the game. And they're very pretty designs. I also feel like maybe we need easel or something just in the corner here, just because it's such a gorgeous view. Perhaps we can use one of the other easels. Might get a guitar as well. I'll get this easel from the painting kit that came out not that long ago, a few months ago, I suppose. Oh, actually, I don't know if that's gonna fit in there. This is coming a nice green color. I feel like we need a forest green. Oh, actually, I don't like it. It just didn't look quite right. I'll just keep it simple with like a nice leather chair in a similar color scheme. We'll do a rug underneath it. We will also need a bookshelf in here, definitely. I have to say, I absolutely love this little lamp. It is such a handy little thing. And also, it just allows us to have a little bit more room on this desk too. It just fits anywhere. And a little mini rug. Get our green rug in here. Oh, I don't think the room is even big enough for this rug. Oh, it just fits in. Just. We could put some pictures on the wall as if they've been practicing some of their painting skills. That's cool. I like putting stuff on the glass. Also grab a few cozy looking clutter items here. This would be a great spot to play a game of chess. It seems like a board game kind of house. A nice spot to do some reading as well. And a lot of people don't know this, but this fireplace has a little shelf in here. I mean, I won't put the drink bottle in this section, but if we find something small enough, we can put it in there. I'll also take this opportunity to put just a few paints on the floor. I mean, ideally, you probably wouldn't want to paint on that rug, but within The Sims, I think that'll be okay. Oh, wow, this is interesting. So this is double-sided when you put it on glass. Huh, that's kind of cool because we get to enjoy both sides of it. Oh, there's actually 2 shelves here. I did know that, but I had forgotten. We can put our little cute plant from Enchanted by Nature over here. Might use this one again, but rotate it so you can't really tell. And my favorite little clutter plant that I always use the same swatch. I feel like when you find a swatch you really like, you just want to put it in every single build. Is that just me? It's from the Blooming Rooms kit. Where is it? I'll take it a while to find it now. This little guy, the Trio Star Stramanthe. And I love it in this dark brown color because the leaves, I just love the contrast on the leaves, like the green and the white looks so pretty. Woohoo, that's looking good. Why not have a bit of music in here as well? Get the new nature station on. The new nature station, you can have like rain sounds and forest sounds. I'm just gonna go with a very simple little music player, or maybe we'll pop it just under the TV. No, we'll keep it here. Okay. And then maybe we'll do a rug that kind of leads you into the kitchen, or maybe we keep that plain and have something in the kitchen. Tough decision. I wish this rug was just one simple long one as well. I guess we could size down the laundry day pack rug, which has always been one of my favorites. Ooh, that blue looks nice with the couch. We did use this we used this rug in the last build we did, so maybe we should change it just to mix it up a bit. What about this rug from Businesses and Hobbies? There is a brown and a greeny swatch. Okay, so that could maybe go, would that go in the kitchen? Wow, that's really bright. Maybe not in the kitchen. Why don't we do the dark brown version of this? I have an idea, you guys. The kitchen clutter kit has this culinary caddy. What if we put this in the middle of the kitchen? Ooh, so it's just a little bit of extra surface space, because this area is quite wide. I feel like we do have the room for this. We'll just put some tomato stuff on here, like they're ready to do some pasta cooking. Yeah, I like that. That just makes use of this space a little bit better, in my opinion. And then we don't have to put a rug there. Part of me is now wondering that maybe that couch is a little big and we should be working with some smaller pieces and making this area seem or feel slightly more intimate. I also really love these brown camel swatches and the green as well. Put some cheeky board games below this table too. Oh wait, I did. There we go. That might sit more nicely. Or instead of this chair, we could do the matching chair that also goes with this couch in this green color. I really like that actually. And maybe we just center this with the fireplace a little bit more so that we have more of a walkway to the bedroom and the bathroom, which I think makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, I think that works quite well. Or maybe we just pop that here. Do we have any more natural looking wood tables? I mean, there's this one. It's quite big though. Oh, there's this nice circular one. I like that because it just looks like it would like a little lamp friend over here. Cozy little lamp. Oh, that's cozy. Oh yes, it's coming together now. I'm proud of us. It's funny, when I set out to do a smaller build, it ends up being a super long build anyway. I'm trying to even out videos with having a few smaller projects. But even the smaller projects, I just spend more time on, I think. You know what? I'm just gonna repeat the same rug in the lounge area and then just have this as a plain walkway. Now, for the bathroom, I do love this feature wall in the bathroom. I think that looks pretty cool. We could be adding some color. I think I really love the idea of using green in this build because obviously we're surrounded by a lot of greenery and it just brings the outdoors indoors, you know? One of my favorite color greens is this one. So perhaps we could use this in the bedroom. Oops. Got rid of our windows. Obviously we'll get a different bed though if we use that. But yeah, we could use a green here, although my whole thing was to keep this gray because it matches the gray kitchen. We could do a really rich red color. Usually not my style, but it does suit the house. Actually, the light pink looks surprisingly really nice. I like this because this is green, but it's so deep and dark. It's almost like you can't even tell it's green, but I do like that. For the bathroom, I've got to do a few sleek bathroom items. I just love the sleek bathroom. It's just such a good pack. Ooh, although we're gonna struggle to fit it in. We can use glass walls to create a shower actually. We could go like this, make that a glass wall, and then add our glass door. Woohoo! Glass shower, let's go. I don't know if a sim can use this though. That's the only thing. Can just use a glass wall here though. I mean, it's really not ideal placement. I did this in my last build. You wouldn't really just walk into a shower like that and have it open like this. Usually I don't think, but for the Sims, I don't mind it because I still get to use the sleek bathroom kit. This is interesting because it actually goes into the glass. I might get this one because it's a little smaller. Unfortunately, it doesn't really match the colors in the other room though. I'd love to get that same orange wood. That one intersects the glass, which isn't ideal. What about this? Oh, that looks good. What is that from? From Seasons. I very rarely use this sink, but it works in here, so we're gonna go for it. I love that when you discover an item that you haven't used for a very long time and you use it again and you go, oh, it's perfect. Do our classic tiny living set on the wall, or maybe it can go here. No, that looks weird. Kind of has to sit above the toilet, I feel. I'll just do this towel rack in here. I guess we better go gold to actually match everything there. Ooh, Ooh, what about this Get Famous flooring? Kind of works. I mean, just for something a bit different, because it ties in with the orange floors in the other room. I'm gonna go for it to change. If you're worried about your Sims' privacy, you can definitely put a curtain over this window, but I think they'll be fine. I'm not too concerned for them. There we go. We'll do a bit of wood detailing in there. All right, and then we've just got the more I look at this rug, the more I'm just like, doesn't really go with the style of the rest of the house. I think we're better off maybe doing something different, like something like that maybe. Okay, and last of all, we've got our bedroom to work with. So bedroom, what do we want? Well, something to go with this greeny color. Don't know if we're gonna pair that one. That does pair, but I'm thinking of going with this bed because it matches our flooring. It's got some easy matching side tables as well. Where are my little side tables? We can either do this one or there's a smaller version too. I think those are nice. Can reuse our lovely simple carpet. Oh, I actually really like the cream carpet in here because it goes with the bed sheets so beautifully. It's kind of a surprise compared to the rest of the build. And maybe we could put in just a very simple abstract piece of art in here with just a hint of green on it. And then just have a plant in the corner that also surprisingly ties in quite well with the wall. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice in here. Maybe I'll just change this mirror to something I have a little bit more control over placing. Beautiful. All right, so that's the build finished. I've just got to neaten up some of these. Oh, this is really annoying. I've got to neaten up some of the plants all around the roof line that keep disappearing. Quickly do this and then we'll do our tour and hopefully they won't delete themselves again. Okay, everybody, this is the final build and it's complete. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I feel like this is a very unique build. It's unlike anything I've done in The Sims 4. So I've had a lot of fun experimenting with the design with you guys. There's a lot going on, you know. It's certainly unique, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I love looking down into the house from above too, like you're a bird flying over it. That's cool. And that dining area is so sweet. And out the back, I created a garden and I also did a fire pit. So you could easily place this in the outdoor retreat world if you wanted to, Granite Falls, and use it as a vacation home. A very modern vacay home, or as we call it in Australia, a holiday house or a cabin. We don't really call it vacation or vacation home. That's quite American sounding for Australians, which is where I'm from. You know, there's a little bit of inconsistency here with the roof line as well, which is interesting because I feel like we've really tried quite hard to get this right, and it's very tricky to make it absolutely flawless. But I'll try my best, and I think every time I play around with it, it's deleting the garden underneath. Oh, we got that one looking pretty good. You know what could help us out? Doing some thicker roof lines too. Yeah, maybe that looks better. I think that's just finished it off a bit more nicely. What do you guys think? I think that's actually really helped. Yeah, okay, now we're done. Now we're doing the final tour. So here we go. Here's our A-frame house. We've got our little box bedroom on the side, which I think it turned out really cute in there. Let's have a look on the inside. Okay, so you walk in the front door, and wow, look at that beautiful sky ceiling. I'm glad that we made that wall a feature green color to tie in the furniture. I think that looks really nice, but amongst it, we obviously have a lot of gray. The kitchen is very gray. Might not be for everyone, but you know, it's taking inspiration from the granite in the falls, I guess. Wow, that is just so pretty. What a heck of a lot of sunshine you'd get in here. I'd hope it's triple glazed or else it would get so hot in summer. Our kitchen's looking very nice. Love that little hack for the corner piece. Thank you so much to the person who said that. Then we have this really stunning dining area where you can just sit and look out at the forest. How pretty is that? And then you also have like a little terrarium garden over here. I do need to do a terrarium build as well. One of you guys have requested that, so I'll do a terrarium build at some point. I also really want to renovate one of James's recent glass builds he did, be a really cool mid-century house that I want to have a crack at as well, renovating it. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see either of those. And love this study area. It is just so pretty. I actually really love how he did the clutter on the table too. This looks very harmonious. And then you have this little painting nook as well. Wow, looks so cool. Okay. Let's move on to the bathroom with the frosted glass door. This actually turned out really nice with the timber vanity with the matching gray stone bowl. That's kind of cool. And some gold accents to warm it up. Oh yeah, there is privacy here because we have that roof piece I forgot about. Well, that worked out quite well. Gosh, we forgot toilet paper. Don't worry, I'll add the toilet paper shortly. And then the bedroom's quite light and bright compared to the other rooms where there's a lot of black and gray accents. It's nice we have a bit of cream in here and the beautiful green color, my mossy green, I love that. But yeah, this is really nice. And we have our little leafy thing down there, which I think is an item I'll use a lot. And one of my favorite things about having glass walls is actually getting to make corner windows now. They look so cool. And that's one way to tackle them with curtains if you want to. And then we obviously have a wardrobe there. Yeah, it looks pretty sick from all angles. And you go out here, you got your sitting area and your lovely backyard. And I just want to quickly give us some toilet paper. And I cannot believe that this build has taken us 3 hours to complete. Like, it's not a very big build, but I think just because it was so detailed and took us a while to figure out what would actually work, it took some time. But hey, hopefully it was worth it and you guys like it. So thanks so much for watching today's video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also thank you so much to my amazing members for your support. Really appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member, there's a link in the description down below, which gets you a bonus video every week, as well as access to a library of over 100 members videos that you can watch and binge if you want. That's what members is all about. So thank you so much to the members for your support. Don't forget, you can always use code Deligracy as well to directly support the channel. But most of all, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. You can download this house on the gallery. My username is Deligracy, and I'll speak to you all soon. Dak dak! Yes, I've had so much coffee today. Can you tell?